Avra Homes collapses. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your stein of coffee, and, well, sadly the construction apocalypse is ongoing, and we have another builder that has collapsed. Let's check this one out. This time, from news.com.au, written by Alex Turner-Cohen. This is Melbourne builder Avra Group. Collapses into liquidation. Customer's $900,000 home in limbo. A Melbourne family are celebrating the news that the builder has gone bust, finally giving them hope of finally finishing their partly built $900K home. Okay, so this sounds like it's been a mess for some time. A Melbourne family are celebrating the news their builder has gone bust, finally giving them hope of finishing their partially built home. Last Friday, Melbourne-based bespoke building company Avra Group, Proprietary Limited, collapsed into liquidation. It's a relief for David Ferrettio, 45, and his family, who have been in limbo all year as they waited for Avra Group to uphold their end of the building contract. The red flag started to pile up, the dad of three told news.com.au. The homeowner is hoping his family will be eligible for an insurance payout, which is automatically triggered when a building company appoints liquidators. But the situation is made more complicated by the fact he terminated the contract prior to Avra Group's collapse. He says it's a bit of a grey area about whether his family is entitled to any compensation. Yeah, he may be screwed, sadly. I had a friend he didn't get any money because he engaged someone else to finish the job when his builder went under. So, yeah. I mean, there you go. Let's jump over and have a look at... I can't get to their website, but here's some of the images of the projects that they're working on. So it's another residential builder. It seems to be, well, that's the fuel of the construction apocalypse, isn't it? It's the resi builders. It's the sector that's been suffering from a profitless boom. It's the sector that the government uses to stimulate the economy. And everyone was cheering home builder, remember? You know, the HIA, master builders, of course. Oh boy, it's kind of sad, isn't it? So, oh boy, his partially built home has to be knocked down and started again, as it's been exposed to the elements for months. Yeah, that's a shame. Oh boy. You couldn't even throw a tarp over there easily, could you? Not with the way it is. You could definitely reuse some of the steel. That should all be fine. But the thing is, you don't want to get the mold in it, don't you? A little bit of mold growing in there could fill the whole house. You don't want to seal it up. It's not worth the risk. Particularly with the new houses, that they're all enclosed thermal boxes. He signed a $900,000 building contract with Avra Group mid-22. And for the first 3 months, everything went to plan. But then there were lengthy delays. When the building firm finally did install a subfloor, it was just hours before a large downpour of rain, and it wasn't covered. When he inquired with the building company representative, informed him it would dry out. Then it started being the framing will be done in 2 weeks. That went on for about 6 months, he recalled. From then, he watched as half-done random things were completed on his supposed dream home. It got ridiculous. They were building parts of the home they weren't supposed to be built yet, he claimed. Now, I've heard similar things. Viewers who've worked for former large spec builders. I need to find out what the term is. I'll look it up and share it with you. But essentially, it's building things out of order. That's what it is, building it out of order and taking the risk, just to keep the project moving. So the thing is, if they're building things before they can get it secure, they can get it safe, they can keep it dry, you've got the risk of rework due to water damage. Hopefully it'll dry out. For these guys, it doesn't look like it has. I mean, look here, maybe that's just a really bad photo. There's a lot of water there. For instance, the laundry part of the house got a frame, nothing else did. Finally, he claims an apologetic carpenter approached him and said his team was abandoning the site as Avra Group owed him more than $100,000 and had not paid up. It was at this point the Favretto family resolved to end the contract. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Speaking to a lawyer, they learned they couldn't cut ties until they paid Avra Group's recent invoice of $12,000, as it will put them in breach of contract otherwise. The thing that really sucked is they legally owe us the $40,000 deposit back, but we couldn't claim it until the contract is terminated, he said. And we couldn't terminate until we paid $12,000. He claims he had no success recouping the $40,000 after severing contract in April. He then engaged new builders to complete the job, but he hit another roadblock. The cost of the building had snowballed to $300,000 more, including $50,000 to remove the defective frames from the site and start from scratch. This is why when we see people predicting and hoping, expecting a huge decline in property prices, it's not going to happen, guys. Look at these costs going up. They're just getting more and more expensive. Everyone, hang on. When the new builders tried to get insurance cover for the work, insurance companies refused. Insurers do not accept takeover projects when there are major defects, the builders told him in a devastating email. Given the condition of this project, and that has been exposed to the elements for 12 months, I do not think it will be possible for us to get insurance for this project. Throughout the process, he said his family had been living in a horrid rental while they waited for their home to be built. We're renting nearby at extraordinary rates, having forfeited the luxury of a dishwasher, have 3 possums in the roof and walls, mushrooms growing from 7 places in the bedroom, worms and slugs coming out of the drain almost daily. You have to switch off the heater if you want to use the toaster. 3 boys crammed into a small bedroom. I mean, this... Someone sent me I'm going to go this aside here. I'm going to talk about. Someone sent me an article, not an article, a YouTube video about someone suffering mortgage stress and complaining about their $5,000 mortgage, a monthly mortgage. But then when they go into all these things that they consider a luxury, it's no wonder. I should probably do a reaction video to it. But I mean, okay, I'm reading this now. I'm reading this as someone who's also working on a construction project, who's living in a dodgy rental. I don't have a dishwasher either. And I've got 6 kids in a room. So that's part of life. You've got to deal with it. And possums, well, Queensland, we got them everywhere. Possums are more protected than people. Such bullshit, honestly. It really is. They can spread disease and shit everywhere and destroy things. They've got more rights than people. Just shows you what's wrong with this country. Anyway. Philip Newman of PCI Partners, the appointed liquidator, did not respond to multiple requests for comment from news.com.au. It comes as the entire building industry is in crisis because of supply chain disruptions, skilled labour shortages, skyrocketing cost of materials, logistics, locked-in price contracts, extreme weather events, and they never mention overheating of the sector due to government stimulus. But, So, and this is the standard copy-paste. That is just the growing list of builders that are going under. So let's have a bit of a chat about this one. So guys, another builder added to the ongoing list of those that are, well, part of the construction apocalypse now. This residential sector is really taking a bit of a hit. My concern is that we might see a noticeable loss in capacity in the industry, and that's going to limit our abilities to meet future supply needs. What do you reckon? Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Check out HiserBim or Heiser Does. And if you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care. Have a great day. Wait a minute. Why is that on top of me? So well organized today. Hang on. Can I fix that? No, I can't. I'll see you next time, guys.